Hello friends, in this video I shall discuss how you can connect your Django application to a MySQL database. In the previous videos we have seen we connected Django to PostgreSQL database, but there are many developers who want to use MySQL. Then why MySQL? Question arises, why you should use MySQL? First, MySQL is simple to use, easy to administer and manage, and many application like many PHP application also use MySQL. So MySQL is well known in the community of developers. And secondly, it is fast and reliable when reading databases. If your database doesn't have much write operation and it is not uh, much complicated, you can use MySQL. It is fast and reliable and it is used by many reputed companies. And we shall also talk about MariaDB. MariaDB is just another flavor of MySQL, or you can say MariaDB is much improved version of MySQL. There is some differences between MySQL and MariaDB, but if you use MariaDB, you will not have any much complications, and you can manage both MySQL and MariaDB in very easy way. So by default, MySQL service is not installed in any OS. If we talk about Windows, Mac, or Linux, MySQL is not usually installed there, and we need to install it. So it is important that we should install it first, and we should know how to install it. Okay, so just go to the MySQL site, which I have already opened here, mysql.com downloads, and just scroll down. We are most interested in community edition. If you using just testing MySQL, or for building or test application, small application, so you can just use MySQL community editions, and these editions are free. And if you are using Windows OS, just click on here and just use this installer to install MySQL for Windows. And it is quite simple to install for Windows, and you need to set the password for the user root, and just it is will not have you much difficulty while configuring the MySQL for Windows. And in case you are using Linux, and you need to go here, and in MySQL apt repository, just click here and open this page, and just go to this information, and you will find a quick guide which will guide you uh, how to install MySQL on Ubuntu. So it has the complete instructions here. So the scope of this video is not guide you in installing the MySQL server. You can easily go to the MySQL official website, which have the enough instructions to guide you. Anyway, I will guide you to some extent, so you didn't have much problem. So just I'm opening my Visual Studio Code, and I have connected to a Ubuntu virtual machine, and I want to install here MariaDB, which is also a flavor of MySQL, just improved version of MySQL. So let's see how we will install here. and we will type command, just type sudo. When you type sudo, you will get the root access, complete access to install the packages. And you can type apt get here, and you can type here install MariaDB server. In the video description, I shall provide you more information. So just type this command to install the MariaDB server, which is just improved version of MySQL. And you can see that it will install these new packages, and just press Y here, and it will start installing. So it will take some time. Yes, it is already there. I think it has done it, and we don't need to wait for much time. And let me fast forward the video so that yeah, we can save our time. So MySQL is successfully installed now. Let me clear the screen, and let me check if the MySQL service is working. Just type this command to see what happened. So you can see the service is active, and MySQL is working here, and it is the MariaDB version of MySQL. So it is the MariaDB 10 version, 10.148 database server, and it is actually MySQL. It is the improved version of MySQL. Many developers preferred MariaDB because it is much stable and fast. So you should use MariaDB. Let me clear my screen, and let us again use sudo and log into MySQL -u root and -p, and so we haven't entered any password because we haven't set any root password here. So it is not essential to set a root password, because if we use sudo, you can log into the root without setting any password. MySQL will be accessible only from a super user if you are using root, not it will be otherwise. For our safety, we will be creating another user which will be helpful in connecting to our databases. Just type a query show databases. So you can see that some system databases are already here, and let us create a new database. Create database, developer demo, and semicolon. Just type enter, just press enter here, and you can see that database have been created. Just click here, and you can see that a database has been created now. And let us create a user. Create user developer demo uh, at the rate of localhost, and it is a complete query which you need to write. You need to type to create a user, and again you need to type identified by, you need to give a password here, demo 650 double hash, and this is the way to create a user. So we have created a user, then you need to give user the permission for the database, so the user can use that database. So type grant all will provide all the privileges to the user. Grant all on our database name is developer demo dot star. Dot star means all the files of developer demo will have complete access to the user. Just type to here, to developer demo at the rate of localhost. So you can see the name of our database is developer demo and the name of our user is also developer demo, and this is the query to grant permission to our user developer demo to the database developer demo. Just press enter here and you can see we have granted permissions. Okay, and just you can type exit here and let me clear the screen. Now without using sudo, let us now log in into the MySQL database using our user developer demo -p will ask for password. So just type mysql -u developer demo -p and press enter here and just type your password. Password was demo 650 double hash. You can see we are successfully logged in and we can check our databases here and you can see we have the database developer demo and this is the information to schema database. This is the system database. Okay, so we can use this user in the Django application to connect to MySQL server. Okay, just type exit here and you can also use a command telnet to check whether our server is available in the on the local host on the port 3306. The port 3306 is the default port in which MySQL listen. Okay, so you can see that MySQL is available on port 336 and on the local host. So we can connect to our database. So let me clear my screen, and in order to connect our Django application to the database, it is important that we should install a module. I will install a module MySQL client which will help me to connect to MySQL database. So you can see that we have successfully installed the module and just drag down this, and in the previous video I have used PostgreSQL to connect to the database, and let me change this. Now we will connect to our to MySQL. So backends will be MySQL. Okay, and just change here django.db.backends.mysql, and our database name is developer demo. It is already here, typed here. A user is also developer demo and a password is the same password, but port for MySQL is 3306. So this is one change which we need to do, and just save the file now. So we have configured our connection and the backend is now MySQL and the name of the connection is default. So this is the default connection for our MySQL database, and let us check whether our Django application is able to connect to the MySQL service. Just type command python manage.py and run server. Just press enter. So you can see there is no error, and our application is running here. So you can see my Django has been successfully connected to the MySQL database, and there is a information that you have it unapplied migration. This is because our MySQL database is now empty and there is no tables. So Django uh, asking us to run the migration. When we run the migration, it will create new tables for the apps admin, auth, content types, and session. So new tables will be created for these apps. So let me press Ctrl C and stop our server. Let me clear the screen. Let me run the migration. So we are running migration. Command is migrate. So uh, this complete command will create new tables in our database. Just run it, and you can see that migration have been run successfully, and it has been run depending on the migration files that were already in the Django. So let me clear my screen, and let us log into the database and check whether there are tables created. So let us use a command line uh, for checking our database. So let me enter the password. So you can see that we have login to the MySQL shell, and our database name is developerdemo. Just use this is the query which will be used. So to change to database developer demo, so we are now inside developer demo. Okay, now we can see our tables, show tables, and we can see that all the tables have been created by Django. So this is one of the table auth underscore user, which contains the users which we create. You can just run a SQL query here select star from auth underscore user, and just type semicolon here and press enter. You can see there is no user is created. Now you can create a user here, then you will see some rows here. So let us create uh, create a super user. Command is create super user, python manage.py create super user. This is the command which will create a super user. So name of the super user will be admin, or you can type any username, and type any email address here. Just type a valid email address. I am typing a fake one, and please give a complex password here which you can remember also. So we have created our super user successfully. Then let us log into the MySQL again and check whether we have created our user and it is inside the table. So let me change and and let me select sort tables, and let me run the SQL query again, and you can see that our username is actually created, and this is the password. It has been encrypted by Django, and username is admin, and email address is admin@xyz.com. So you can see that we have successfully connected to the MySQL database, and we were checking from the shell how the different tables and databases. So uh, you can think that it is something complicated to use the shell frequently, but there are also many tools which you can use to graphically connect to the MySQL server and check all the tables and the contents of the tables. Okay, so yeah, I can tell you some uh, software here. The one is SQL Yog, and just you can go to this website, and you can download here, and it is specifically created for MySQL, and you can download the free trial. It is actually a paid software. So if you are more interested in free ones, so I think let me search for free ones for you. There is another that is called DB Weaver, which is a free application, and just go to DB Weaver and download it, and if you are using DB Weaver, you can easily connect to the MySQL graphically. Depending on OS, you can install for Windows, for Mac, and also for Linux. Currently, I have don't I didn't have the software installed here, DBViewer. So let me install it for you. Let me download this and install it for you. Let me show you how you will be using this database. Let me pass forward the videos so we can save some time. Already installed a DB Weaver in my system, and it is asking to create sample database. Just check no here, and it will present to you with a menu, and as we have installed MariaDB, you can just select MariaDB here. So it will help you to connect to the MariaDB graphically. You can also select MySQL, depending on you have whether you have installed MariaDB or MySQL, and you can also select, connect to SQLite. So it is a very useful software. Just click next, and you have to put the connections here, and just click on finish, and it will download the necessary database, and you will be able to connect to the database. So just you have to put here localhost, or if your MySQL service is in another database, just put the IP here, and you need to put the database name here, and you need to provide the username password also, and you need to provide password here, and just click on finish, and you will get connected. So we have enter all the credentials here, and we can just click on test connection, and connection is successful. Just click on finish, and you can see the developer demo and database name is displayed here. And you can go to the database and you can check the different tables, and you can view the table here. Just right click on it, view the table. So you can see the columns here, and you can also see the data here. So you can see the data here. Data has been displayed here. So this is the very useful graphical tool which will help you to use the graphics to view the database and the tables information. So we have learned today how to connect to the MySQL database, and how to use a SQL logo DB viewer to graphically connect to the database, and how we can connect a Django application to the MySQL database, and how to use the command line when operating into MySQL shell. So thank you very much for watching this video. Like the video, subscribe my channel. Thank you.